Hello, welcome back to IT Landy Naked course. This time, basically, we're going to cover the DevOps and what do we do around DevOps in IT Landy. So the main purpose of the DevOps is to get organization moving faster and more effectively by breaking down silos and improving communication. So what does that mean in DevOps? Basically, it can mean like radically different things for different people. DevOps is a term for a group of concepts that, while not all new, but catalyze into movement, rapidly spreading. It could be new popular term for people sometimes like setting like perceptions. It could be or more like around philosophy movement. There are plenty of I'll say terminology, but in very basic definition, it is automation. It means faster and smaller releases, deployment, operation, collaboration, and so on. So we can collaborate more, share more common goal, focus on improvement, bringing people together, eliminating waste, increasing efficiency, streaming feedback, delivering a value, enhancing productivity, enabling collaboration, facilitating experiment. So these are the sort of like three people, process, and tools which are basically useful. You got a set of architecture, technical practice, and cultures which enable the fast flow work items for DevOps with operations, security, delivery, and class reliability, stability. Again, how that will look like in the life cycle, coverage life cycle, we got planning and releasing, deployment, dev test, production, monitor, and learn from the previous. Now, principles and underpinning DevOps, it's the first way, flow, important for us. Then second part is the amplifying, the getting the feedback, looping, and the third part is, or third way is the culture around the continue experiment and learning, which means, from the left to right, the value stream for business and customers is flow of the work basically, lead time, metrics, code committing, running in production, defect, optimization, uh, achieving like profound understanding of the system, and making sure like using infrastructure as a code, ARM template if you are using Microsoft, Cloud Foundation or Formation for AWS, and any coding, any familiar sort of like method. If I go through, for example, like defining, that was defining the first method for the flow. If I go on, say the second method is to be able to understand, respond, you know, and deploy. Then the third method is the most advanced, which is a bit do things in more like sort of like less painful way, but more complicated way around learning and experimenting. So how that will look like for us in sort of like DevOps practice. Basically, these are the sort of method automation testing uh, and continuous integration, continuous deployment. This is the flow of the value, automation, backlog, evidence, and so on. So I'm going to just walk you through each one of these life cycles on the habit and let you see what they mean each one of them. So the first thing to start with is automation or automating testing, continuous integration, continuous deployment, release management. The flow refers to like orgs which are able to control the life cycle from creation, validation, and all the way down to adding value. Now moving next to the autonomy and alignment, scalability, self-managing teams, featuring crew. This is the main goal basically for each team to be able to address and deliver what they are meant to without too much restriction which will impact their productivity. And then we move to the backlog improvement, elementary, stakeholder feedback, testing, usage of the monitorings, especially for production, which is the heart of the software delivery. It's the number one for the aim for the team, status tracking, policies, and how we can lesson learn and improving. Then we move toward evidence of capturing gathered for in the production, which is around testing the production, usage monitoring, telemetry, feedback, again experiment, the data quality and the delivery, the quality sets of metrics. Again, involved like heavily experimenting, getting feedback and improving. Then what we do, we manage technical debt, and this again automation, infrastructure as a code, shift zero defect, peer code reviewing. Then we move to production first mindset, which is again performance, infrastructure as a code, CD continuous delivery, release management, and automation. And then the last part is the extra flexible resource. Again, this is improving sandbox, test lab, microservices, architecture. We use flexible infrastructure for especially around public cloud, and getting feedback and improving the service. Now, what does that mean for us? Old world, new world. The old world focus on features, competing, not collaborating, static hierarchies, individual productivity, efficiency of process, assumption, and no data. The new world, the focus on customer, users, collaboration, fluid and flexible team, collective value, creative, experiment, learn, respond, and improve. What does that mean for us in the delivery part? Single path for production, everyone has visibility, can deploy, everything needs to deploy to production, version control, gate check-in, control, less than 10 minutes, deploy and run, functionality, deploy jobs, and review and test. These are the sort of the path for the delivery for all the changes. Then automation again is without automation process we cannot deliver quality, without quality very slow down. So we have to make sure not enough test cycle and sprint, no coding, what automation, don't find out about integration, technical debt raises, lack of confidence, and all these will impact basically into the delivery of the and the efficiency. So what we do like improvement, we do telemetry for the platform, high-speed data, warming and colding centralized storage, broad integration. Again, these are around like common schema, holding using App Insight and other application useful telemetry tools, monitoring, reporting. We report live incidents, severe one, critical, and 1 and 2 major, urgent, and standard. Again, these are plenty of these live incidents. You can use, the one provided by ServiceNow, or like Microsoft or AWS, or you can use your own approach. Team activities, live site review, and hand site review. Again, we got daily, more often reviewing, taking actions, improving. And the last part is around VSS, build and release, build definition, agent, builds, review, release review, DoD, variables, pipelines, and so on. Like for example, the build definition, it's rules to build your service component. We use VSTS, or nowadays it's called Azure DevOps. Again, you can use other tools with approach if you choose to. Pipelines is this building environment with automation, using the variables, allowing to configure name values rather than hard coding. And you can do the release, and you can do other execution activities around the release definition. And you can build pipelines, and you can basically dashboard to reflect the release, the build pipelines, configure teams, different teams having different visibility, integrate it with the tools, or like public cloud, private cloud, and gather information. And you do log shipping, and you capture the logs and analyzing the logs for security if required. I mean, that was the sort of like, again, what we do at IT Lundy. It's a really good process principles we use. and it's very sort of non-complicated, not complex, and it's easy to basically adopt. That's all what I have for you for today. Hopefully you've seen some of the useful information which you can basically adopt, or you can basically take an idea about what is going on if you are new to DevOps. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Next we will be talking about building environment, and we will deep dive into DevOps, and hopefully you can follow us with the other videos. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.